How about my hair? Is that good? Am I okay? Okay. So we grew up in Christian homes. We ended up meeting at Bible College in Southern California, and then we stayed on staff, and we did ministry there. 2013, we went to Colorado to help with the church plant, and after a couple years, that went south. I guess it didn't work out, and so we were left a little bit disillusioned and discouraged. We decided we wanted to move back to Paradise, California, Northern California, where Melissa was from and her family was there. November the 8th, her birthday, there was a wildfire that took out the whole town, essentially.
You know, we woke up that morning and pretty much the entire canyon at the end of our street was in flames. You know, part of you is thinking you need to, like, you just need to get out, and the other part of you is like in denial. And, you know, we basically were, you know, running for our lives.
And between the fire in the church plants, I never stopped believing in God, but there was a part of me that was like, yes, God exists, but he's not really involved in our day-to-day. The tragedy and the death around us, it really felt like in some ways he cares, but he's not doing a whole lot, you know. So we moved from California to Texas in the summer of 2020. We did not have a community around us at all.
Yeah, we were kind of in that, you know, funky place for a few years. And like I think my relationship with the Lord started healing first, and I really was like, we should just go back to church and at least just go. We really wanted something that was teaching the word. So through a Facebook group, I found Wellspring, and ironically, I drove past this church every day on my way to work and was always like, oh, I wonder what that church is. And so we started coming. In the first week that we came, it was instant. We were like, this is it. Like, we knew this was where God was gonna heal our hearts.
Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't even know that that's what I needed or wanted until it actually happened. You know, this is it. This is what we've been like looking for and wanting for forever. March 10th,
2024.
2024, I had my stroke, and that
changed everything.
Yeah, literally changed everything.
He was in the ICU for a month. Originally, it was only supposed to be about a week or two. The second night that he was there, he fell. You know, the nurse assured me he would be okay, even though he'd been trying to get up all day. He got up 39 times that night, and he had fallen at one point, and I believe he hit his head. From that night on, he had a brain bleed that we were not aware of, and the day before they were going to try and send him home, he went into a full coma, and this was about 2 weeks after he went into the ICU. They had to do an emergency craniotomy. There were multiple times during those 2 weeks that he almost died, and it was like I knew the Lord had told me like everything was going to change, and he told me I needed to get as many people praying as I could. And I just just started posting on social media, and it was shocking how many people were praying for him, like literally thousands all over the world. Like, it spread like wildfire. And, you know, we've known a lot of people, and we always were like, why does God keep moving us? And or why do we keep just, choosing to move? During that time, it all made sense, because if we had not known that amount of people that we did and had, in all these different places, it was just astounding the amount of people that were praying for him. It just really, I think, healed a big part of me in seeing the church come together the way they did for him. And even Wellspring, even though hardly anyone knew us and nobody knew us well at all, Pastor Destin and Cindy and Diana DeBoard came and prayed for him with us the morning of his craniotomy. And like, and that, just meant so much and just kept me afloat during that time. Even though a situation like that, I know for a lot of people it can draw you even further away from the Lord. At that, I knew this was the enemy, like, trying to take us out, because we had finally just come to that place of wanting to be a part of a church body again and wanting to be in community, and like that was the last thing that he wanted. And so he really did try to take us out, and it did the exact opposite. Like, that whole time I've never felt the presence of the Lord so close as I did then. I mean, like, it's true that he really does give you the strength and what you need in that moment. The thing with anything that involves the brain, like, you have no idea how it's all going to play out. Like, it's a little bit terrifying, but also there was so much peace in knowing that this was completely in the Lord's hands. Like, it's scary. Like, he went from not being able to even lift a fork and feed himself. He was completely took him back completely to full dependency on me and those around him, to where he is now. And it's literally a miracle that he's alive, and also where he's at today.
I kind of wear these scars as a badge of honor, and like proof that the Lord really brought me through something that I shouldn't be here to tell the tale. So it's weird hearing Melissa's stories and me just not being able to remember any of it. I have the memories of now, and immediately after that happened, and of going through rehab. And when we first started coming back, I was in a wheelchair for a couple of weeks. Really felt like the Lord kind of just impressed on me during that time. And one thing that I've told myself every day, if not multiple times a day, depending on what was going on, was that Lord, I don't know what you're doing, but I know you're doing something.
So, that we started going to a small group, gotten, more and more involved as the year has gone on. We were able to go on the Latin America mission trip, which we have never gone on a mission trip together. We had the time and the desire, and we did not have the money, but the Lord completely provided for both of us to go. And, beforehand, we didn't know. I think David had said that, there might be some translating that he would do just among us, like our team. And when we got there was no other no other translator, but there was no translator on there. And so it was honestly just a miracle to see him completely step into that so confidently, and the Lord give him that ability. And we didn't even know that was in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and thank God I didn't know ahead of time that was gonna happen, because I would have just got in my own head and psyched myself out. And thankfully, the Lord gave me the ability to do it. Like, I had no right or business to be able to be doing that. And honestly, just going on that mission trip and just being involved with the small groups and with the church and all that has just been more than what we ever could have really thought we were gonna be able to do or want to do after what has happened to us previous. And so it's been amazing just seeing the Lord work. thank you. You know, he obviously knows what he's doing, and he knew that as weird it is to say, like, this stroke and what has happened to us has been the best thing that ever could have happened to us, really, because we are seeing life so differently and seeing the Lord work in just amazing ways. So
Yeah, and like what the enemy intended for evil, like God has truly like turned it for good, and just so much gratefulness and thankfulness to him for using, you know, these hard things at the time. You know, it was not, I don't know that I could have said thank you for it then, but he knows exactly the things that we need that are going to bring us closer to him, you know, and just amazing.
mm.